Hi, my name is Nia Bozeman, and my annotated bibliography is on Benjamin Franklin. For this video, I'm going to read the summary and then give my analysis and say why I chose each article. So the first article is by Walter Isaacson, and it's called Benjamin Franklin in American Life. So in his book, Benjamin Franklin in American Life, Walter Isaacson explores Benjamin Franklin's incredible journey from impoverished beginnings to his essential role in forming the American identity. From his early years, Franklin has shown himself to be a resourceful and flexible person who, in spite of his lack of formal education, used his desire and common sense to carve out a career in the print industry. Franklin's approach to public relations and his invention of the Junto Poor Richard's Almanac and his use of pseudonyms are examples of his intellectual contributions. These achievements laid the groundwork for his diverse responsibilities as a writer, publisher, and community builder. The narrative also delves into Franklin's scientific curiosity, showcasing his groundbreaking work on electricity and inventions like the lightning rod, Franklin stove, and bifocals. So I chose to choose this narrative because it basically offers like an exploration of his life, and it shows how complex it was because of his like unconventional upbringing to eventually becoming a writer, publisher, scientist, and politician. It shows how driven he was and how curious he was for personal and societal improvement. He was very creative, flexible, and he had good principles that ended up forming the United States. So this next article is called The Americanization of Benjamin Franklin. Benjamin Franklin, from slave owner to abolitionist. Okay, in the summary. This article examines Benjamin Franklin's complex views on slavery, recognizing that in the 1750s he had initially objected to it because how it affected white people. But Franklin's opinions changed over time, and by the 1770s, he was a strong abolitionist influenced by both Quaker principles and foreign intellectuals. As president of the first U.S. abolitionist organization in 1775, he condemned slavery as an atrocious debasement of human nature. Franklin's 1789 policy statement emphasized careful consideration in eradicating slavery. In 1790, Franklin petitioned Congress to abolish slavery nationwide, arguing for universal liberty. Unfortunately, the petition was tabled, reflecting early instances of states' rights. Despite this, Franklin's journey reflects a nuanced stance, highlighting the complexities and the perspectives of historical figures on crucial social issues. So I chose to use this article because I feel like it adds a little bit of depth to conversations about Ben Franklin and his abolitionist activities. His commitment to human rights is demonstrated by his changing opinions, which basically was saying how slavery was bad because of how it affected white people as opposed to how it affected the slaves. And he ended up changing that perspective and disapproved of slavery as a whole. So I just thought that was interesting. So that's why I chose that article. Alright, this next article is called Benjamin Franklin. Benjamin Franklin's reputation as a scientist arose from his skill in designing experiments and developing theories at a time where scientists were expected to be skilled artisans. As a craftsman, Franklin designed tests as well as carried out the labor-intensive physical work of building the required equipment. He distinguished himself in the scientific community of his day with his ability to combine theoretical concepts with real-world applications as a skilled gadgeteer and innovator. I chose this article because I feel like it highlights just how driven Benjamin Franklin was, because not only did he design the test and have the theories, he actually carried out the physical work of building the equipment and everything, and the people of his time did not do that. He was just very advanced in his science, and I just thought this was a good article to show that. Okay, it's the next day, but this article is called Benjamin Franklin and Women, and it's by Deborah O'Neill. So the summary. This text examines Benjamin Franklin's complex views on gender, revealing his inner struggles with traditional and progressive attitudes towards women during the Revolutionary era. Franklin is portrayed as a figure of enlightenment, drawing on his own insights, but revealing his discomfort with gender relations. The articles Franklin's Women and Franklin and the Transforming World of Women, which examine Franklin's relationships with women, highlight his inconsistent views. The first section explores Franklin's personal relationships, revealing contradictions in the way he treated his daughter, wife, and female prodigies. In order to put Franklin's complex ideas into context, the second section of the essay examines his involvement in transatlantic communities, promoting women's intellectual chances. So I chose to use this source because I feel like it kind of highlights the contradictions of Franklin's views on women during the Revolutionary era. It's basically saying he had both progressive and traditional ideas of gender roles, and I just felt like that was interesting to know because he felt like his daughter and wife should be kind of more traditional, but wanted other women to be more progressive.